Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today I am going to be answering a question that was sent in, and it is, what are the steps and best practices for scaling my furniture flipping business? I think this is such a good question, and it's something that if you are a beginner and you're not even thinking about scaling it, you're just thinking about how to get through your first makeover. These are some things to maybe have in the back of your head and just to be thinking about throughout your journey. And then if you're somebody that's been doing this for a while, these are some things that you should be thinking about to scale it. And I want to just take a little pause right here. And at the time that I am recording this podcast, right now, my Furniture Flipping Academy, which I walk you through step by step on how to do the things that I'm actually talking about today, we walk you all through that. We coach you through the whole thing. We have a summer sale going on with the Furniture Flipping Academy. It is half off right now. I will leave a link in the show notes for the Academy. It will go through all the information and what's included. There's even a sneak peek at the bottom so you can kind of get a little look inside the Academy before you get in. But just so you know, you get lifetime access with the Academy. When you get in, you get lifetime access. So just this week, I just recorded 2 new modules to add to the Academy, and anybody that's inside will get access to that. So you get access to all the changes that we make, any new content that we get, and you can consume the information anytime that you have, whenever. So what I mean by that is some people think that when you get inside the Academy, you've got to watch all the videos and do all the things right now. No, you can get it now at half off. This is what I keep telling people. Buy it now at half off and then consume it in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whenever you're ready to consume it. But right now you can get that half off price. Take advantage of that, and then you can consume it whatever you want. So I just wanted to put that in. Check the show notes for the link to that. If you have any questions, email me, Lindsay@mycreativedays.com. Reach out to me on Instagram at mycreativedays, and I'm happy to answer them. But we are going to talk about scaling your furniture flipping business and some things that you should be doing in order to do that. So, number 1, make things run smoothly. So when you're scaling, it's all about making everything work better, right? Look at how you're doing the process, how you find ways to do every process of the flipping, every little step in the flipping process. How can you do it a little bit more efficiently, maybe a little bit more faster without sacrificing your quality? So, that you may be at a point where you are needing to maybe hire some help for the actual makeovers or for the online stuff. Maybe you need somebody to come in and list your pieces. Maybe you need somebody to run your Instagram account. Maybe you need somebody to set up, you're finally ready to set up a website. There's all these things when you're scaling a furniture flipping business. There's so many directions I could take this in this podcast, but I'm not going to do that to you. But there's just so many opportunities for you to be making money even while you're sleeping. I teach all of that inside the Academy. But those are the things when you're starting to scale and you're like, wait a minute. So I don't have to be sitting in my garage and applying paint to a dresser 45 hours a week in order to make money. No. And there are ways that you can scale your business in different ways, depending on your goals and what you want that to look like. But think about all the processes that you are doing. So maybe it's finding furniture, sourcing furniture, reaching out to people on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe you need to hire somebody to go out and find your pieces. Whatever that is, figure out what part of your processes you can make more efficient, make faster, go faster, and then invest. You may have to spend a little money to make more money, if that makes sense. I tell that to people all the time. Why aren't we investing in our goals and our dreams and the things we want to do? People want to flip furniture. They don't know where to start, how to do it right. Invest in it. Get inside my Furniture Flipping Academy. I'm going to show you exactly what to do and exactly what not to do to get there faster, a lot faster than it took me. I wish I had some kind of resource like that back when I started. But we need to start investing in ourselves. And, any kind of business, no matter if you're Target, Pottery Barn, or, Susie's flipping business, you need to invest in your business. So like for me, when I started flipping furniture and then I started the website, and then it was like, okay, now I'm starting social media, and now I'm starting, an email list and a newsletter. And like, there were certain parts where I was like, I'm like, I just need help. I need help here. I don't know what I'm doing, or there's too much that I have to do. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent here, and I'm sorry, but find the things that you yourself have to do. Like, somebody can't come on and talk this podcast, like do this podcast. I need to be here and I need to record the podcast, but I can have my team promote the podcast, edit the podcast. I can have them create the graphics for the podcast. Do you see what I mean? Like, those are the things that I don't actually have to physically do, but I need to invest in somebody else doing them so we can constantly give you this information and provide this for, our people and our audience and all of that. So just figure out, when you are trying to scale your furniture flipping business, make things run smoothly. You are not going to be able to do all the things all the time. And knowing how to either invest in help, invest in some classes, invest in, some resources, whatever it is. Maybe it's just figuring out a paint, like my favorite paint, my all-in-one paint. It's got the primer, paint, and top coat in one. My projects have been cut by more than half just by that one, using that one product. Maybe it's that. Maybe you're at the point where it's just like, okay, the supplies I'm using, like, this is taking forever. What else can I do to streamline and make the actual makeover process go more smoothly? So just figuring out those things, that's how you're going to scale your furniture flipping business. The second one, find more places to get furniture. So if you are at that point in your business where you're like, one dresser every 2 months is not going to cut it. I want to scale this business. So you need more pieces. Try different places, auctions, estate sales, even like local businesses. Think outside the box. Like, maybe it's realtors that are going inside houses and they're seeing people like throwing furniture out, or maybe it's somebody, a house cleaner that, has connections of people that are getting rid of furniture, people that host estate sales. Talk to that business and say, hey, at the end of your sale, if you're responsible of getting rid of furniture and you're just going to toss it out or donate it, hey, can I come in and really, maybe you can work out a deal or something. Like, just think outside of the box on different ways that you can get furniture. Cut costs by asking every single friend and family member to be telling every single one of their friends and their family members that you need furniture, just so that there are people constantly working for you, just they know that you need it, and they keep your name and the word out that you are looking for furniture. So again, think outside of the box. It's not just Facebook Marketplace and thrift stores, but these other areas that you can maybe reach out to or get connected to, and then find furniture, hopefully on the real cheap or more often. Use the same tricks every time. So I say this, have a system for your makeovers. And if you start, hiring people to help you do certain things, you want to teach those people what your system is and what to do the same every single time, so that your system is streamlined and you're getting the process done faster, more effectively, more efficiently, and then you're just pushing out product faster. Get noticed online. So when this is a huge part of my Furniture Flipping Academy, because I'm telling you, this is how you can make money literally when you're sleeping. Get noticed online. And when I say that can, again, look many ways. So it's social media, it's a website, it's a newsletter and an email list, it's videos on YouTube, it's Facebook, it's starting a Pinterest page for your flips. This is how you will be noticed on such a more bigger audience in so many different ways. The possibilities with this are endless. I'm not going to get into all of that, but if you're looking to scale your furniture flipping business, let's start thinking about an online presence. And that could be as simple as opening an Etsy shop and you decide that you're going to ship your furniture. Like that could be your online presence to start out with. Start thinking online. Start thinking beyond your Facebook marketplace where you are selling your pieces every month or whatever. Start thinking online. Okay. Another way to scale your business is tell people how great your stuff is. Who are your customers? Reach out to them. If you want repeat customers, it's one of the easiest ways for you to sell your pieces. Maybe you start a group on Facebook. If you're thinking, okay, I'm not ready for online, but I want to scale this a little bit, maybe you just start a Lindsay's furniture pieces or something. You start a group online and your past customers, the people that you know who are interested in your stuff, they join that group, and that's where you maybe list what you have for sale. It's those people that are your right customer and who know what they're gonna get when they come and join this group. So I have an example of this. When Matt and I started having sales at our house, we have often talked about finding a property. I think I've shared this before, finding a property where we could host kind of like a flea market style sales and stuff. Anyway, we started having sales years ago, and people would come to our sales and they would be like, do you have sales all the time? When do you have sales? Blah, blah, blah. So I started getting people's emails just here locally. I would get their emails, I would get their names, and then we started hosting pre-sales kind of, so that this list of people could come like the night before we would have a sale and they got first dibs, right? So like we would open up for 2 hours and they would get first dibs. Those are your people. Those are your target audience. So again, think outside of the box. Tell people who are like, oh my gosh, this dresser is amazing. Oh my goodness. Do you do this often? Or do you, often flip pieces? Those are the people that you need to maybe think, how can I scale this? And then the next time I have a buffet, a hutch or whatever, I just post it there and I know within the day it's sold, right? So think about it that way instead of just, okay, I'm going to post on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, and then the next one, make friends who can help. So this is kind of twofold, but I kind of talked about it before. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell them to tell their friends and family that you need more pieces. But networking it's just a fancy word for making friends who can help your business. I mean, let's be completely honest. That's what networking is. So if you have local events, maybe you want to join the flea market that you have, or maybe it's a farmer's market that lets people sell their goods or, like their vintage pieces or whatever it is. Join online groups, meet people who might send customers your way. So again, this is amazing if you're thinking about online too, because this does not just mean local. This can mean online. And it's so crazy, but I have made so many friends that I've never even met online. But they're people in your niche. They're people that kind of understand you or get what you're doing, that they will then refer people maybe to your Instagram page, or they'll share your Instagram page, and then you can also grow that way. The next one is keep an eye on your money. So as your business grows, as you are scaling, keeping track of your money gets harder. And sometimes when you're making more money, you think you can just spend more money. But use a software. Just make sure that you understand where your money is going, what's coming in and what's going out. Just because you're making more money doesn't mean you should be spending more money, right? Like that kind of cancels it out. So just make sure that you keep an eye on your money and you know what's coming in and what's going out. This next one, get help when you need it. I kind of did my spiel and I wasn't planning on doing that, to be completely honest. Get help when you need it. There comes a time in every business. I don't care what kind of business you're in. There comes a point when you're like, okay, now what do I do? A or B? Or what's the next step? Or I'm thinking about starting this. Where should I go? get help. Reach out to those people that have been there before you, who are a few extra steps ahead of you. Join a community that are doing the same thing so that you just have that network. You have that, like, what do I want to say? That umbrella of just like, oh, these people get me, or just, they understand what I'm doing and they can help me. Get help when you need it. On the flip side, again, I kind of talked about this earlier too. You may have to outsource some things, right? When you're scaling your business, you may have to outsource what you need done. So start small, start really small. And then as it grows, you can grow that outsourcing. But if you get inside the Furniture Flipping Academy this summer, we've got it half off. It's just going to have everything you need to start, grow, or scale your business. I made it so that you weren't having to buy 3 different programs. It's all in there. So the next one is make sure people love what you do. Keep your customers happy, right? Listen to what they say. Answer their questions fast, and make sure that they're happy with what they buy from you. So that comes from a local, just, you want repeat customers. If you're just wanting to scale it to sell more on Facebook Marketplace, like that's the step, or that's the point you are right now, you want to make sure that those customers are coming back to you, right? Or that may say, hey, the next time you have something for sale, reach out to me first, something like that. But that is also, answer the questions. If you started, let's just say you're starting an Instagram page, that's where you want to start online. Answer the questions, get back to their comments, respond to people, engage with other flippers or other accounts that you're following. Keep people happy, right? You want repeat customers. You want people to see you online. So you just want to make sure that you're doing all those things to keep that happening. The last one I'm going to say here is keep learning and keep changing. The business world, the flipping world, the DIY world, all of that, it's always changing. So just be ready to be flexible, to learn new things, try different stuff, stay ahead of the trends, or stay ahead of what's going on by just paying attention to what people want. Again, that's listening to comments, listening to what people are saying as they come to your garage and pick up the dresser, like always paying attention so that you're flexible and you can kind of change with what your business is telling you to do. Okay, that's it. I think that was 10. So there are so many ways to scale a furniture flipping business. And I shouldn't say that was the only reason. I kept getting questions of people asking about a furniture flipping business, how to do it, what's it look like, how do I do the makeover, how do I make more money, how do I become an affiliate, like all these things were coming up. And I said, if I'm going to create a course, I'm doing it one time, and I want everything in it that somebody would need, from a beginner to somebody that's been doing it and wants to scale it. When I started My Creative Days, I had no idea. I started it so my mom and my friends could see what we were doing, like how I was decorating, rooms on the cheap, buying a piece of furniture, flipping it, and then, making it look a lot more than I paid for it. And then it just grew and grew to these things that I'm like, what is even happening? Like, I'm getting paid to do this. And so I wanted to, I think that when people first start flipping furniture, they think, oh, okay, I'm just going to flip and sell on Facebook Marketplace. But I'm here to tell you there are so many ways that you can scale your business, and the possibilities are endless. I'm learning things from people inside our academy that I still am like, what? Like, this happened from your furniture flipping business? It's exciting. And so this summer, we're offering it for half off. Make sure you check the link in the show notes. Again, if you have any questions, email me, lindsay@mycreativedays.com. Reach out to me on Instagram @mycreativedays. And as always, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.